Welcome back to Let's Play Ninja Gaiden Black. Last time we defeated the Hydrocubus and got our direction for going forward in the game. We want to infiltrate the Dwarku Monastery and find the secret path leading to the Imperial Palace. Now, before we start out on this chapter, I want to equip the Lunar, and I want to throw on the plain old shurikens real quick. This chapter, pretty difficult, even more difficult than the previous one, because we are going to get into some very tough new enemies. Also, before I forget, should probably swap out my Nympho for Inferno. Like I said, Firewheel's pretty situational. We passed one of the situations where it's pretty good. We will come across a couple more throughout the game, including one at the end of this chapter. Alright, now opening this chest right here, we get the Life of the Gods, and if you've been keeping track, especially since I pointed out in the last chapter, we have enough to fully upgrade our life now, so let's do so. Sorry about that, I just wanted to give you the full experience of upgrading yourself via Life of the Gods. Probably every time going forward in the future, I will just cut ahead to when we are fully upgraded. Now, opening this chest over here, we've got exploding bats! But I actually did want to open this chest for a very particular reason. We hit those guys with the shurikens, head out this way, and new enemies! There we go, very nice. These are Bast Fiends, specifically their upgraded black versions. These enemies, very tough, very dangerous. They hit crazy hard, including a Flying Swallow-esque attack that can take off about half of your health with the upgrade we just got. And all of their attacks are guard breakers, so if they crowd you and hit you all together, they can kill you in very, very quick succession. But there's one thing that is very important about them. You saw that at the start of the chapter we had about like 14,000 essence or so. We've got 20,000 now. Black Bast Fiends have a base yellow essence drop of 400, which means if we defeat them with a fully charged UT, we get a whopping 2,800 yellow essence from them. Together, I just got 5,000 yellow essence from killing those two with a fully charged ultimate technique. And we are going to be wanted doing that plenty in this chapter, because that'll allow us to get our yellow essence up to an insanely high count. Very handy. Also, compared to the previous chapters, we're going to have much more ready access to save points, so I'm going to be making checkpoints pretty frequently. Like I said, the Black Bast Fiend's very dangerous, can kill you very quickly, so we want to be saving often to avoid that kind of trouble. In this chest here, got a great Spirit Elixir to replace one of the ones that I used. Coming this way, we've got more bats. We've got another fight coming up, so I want to, again, hit them with the shurikens, get them to drop essence. And let's jump out in here, because we've got more Black Bast Fiends. Could only hit one there, so what we want to do... There we go. We want to... Yeah, this is not working out. Okay. There we go. XXY, very potent combo here. Even just hitting them with a half-charge UT, still very effective, still yields a lot more essence. As you can see, I'm getting beat up pretty badly here. We were going to use our Elixir of Spiritual Life. At this point, we can very easily replace those, so there is no sense in hoarding them. Oof. Yeah. Let's use this move to create some space around us. Like I said, their most dangerous attack by far is their Flying Swallow-esque move, and that grab. Oof. Yeah, that is not a good example of how that fight could go. Fortunately, like I said, we have ready access to save points. I made a checkpoint there, so we're not being sent back too far. I did not draw attention to it because I wanted to carry that essence that we got from the bats, but there is a Muramasa statue in the room that I just blew through, so we will be able to restock very easily. Let's just get that elixir again, and if I die again on this fight, I'll just cut ahead to when I clear it. And just make sure we have enough essence there. And let's go back into this again. There we go. That's a little bit better. As you can see, they are very evasive, very good at avoiding your attacks. There we go, we got 2 essence there. Oop. Still in some trouble. Ah! That probably caused the essence to go away. Yeah. Alright, like I said, let's use our Elixir of Spiritual Life here. Quite a few Black Bast Fiends that we have to get through here. Now, Black Bast Fiends do have a pretty good chance of dropping Blue Essence. Yeah, that Essence is going to go away before I get a chance to use it. Yeah, whiffed entirely. Alright, yeah, I'll cut ahead until I get this fight relatively good, so be patient. Oof, okay, there we go. Got that down. Now, let's see, on this ninja right here, get the map of the monastery. Monastery is not a very big area, so that's not a very helpful map. I'm not being too worried about using up my supplies here, because as you can see, we've almost got 30,000 essence there already. And we are actually going to have a chance by the end of this chapter to potentially already cap our yellow essence. The cap for yellow essence is 99,999. Now, let's visit Muramasa here and buy some replacement Elixirs of Spiritual Life. We can also get an upgrade for the wooden sword here. As you can see, the next upgrade costs 20,000, and it scales linearly at this point. After this upgrade, the next one will be 30,000. Final one, 40,000. To fully upgrade the wooden sword, it is 100,000 or 108,000 yellow essence. Sorry about that. Let's see, anything else that I feel like buying? Better stock my arrows up ahead of time. We're not going to get a corpse to pull them from, so there is one specific situation where I'll want a full stock of arrows. That's everything that we really want to buy for now. Before we head out here, just want to quickly top myself off with the Elixir of Spiritual Life. And we'll probably be buying a few more replacements before a certain point. Oh, hey, Ione Scroll. Now, in contrast to some of the scrolls we've been seeing up to this point, this one is actually exclusive to the higher difficulties. It only appears on hard mode. Hard mode and higher. What's she got for us?
There are rumors of a new breed of fiend running loose in the city that can assume the form and abilities of anything it sees. Proceed with caution.
Ominous. But yes, starting with hard mode, we run into a special variety of enemy. Also another save point here, very conveniently located one, and I am thankful for it. We run into the Fiend Doppelgangers. We will discuss that when we actually get into a fight with one. We can unlock the door to the monastery now, and of course get into another fight. Oop. You definitely want to thin out the crowd when dealing with Bast Fiends. They are very briefly vulnerable after they make an attack. Otherwise, they have a tendency to just dodge. They can only dodge so many times in a row. Okay, what do we got from that one? Blue Essence, we'll restore ourselves right there. Just a quick fight. Potentially could have gotten more Yellow Essence there, but it did not go my way. So we will update our checkpoint here. And yeah, we want to update our checkpoints frequently. Lots of very difficult fights in this chapter. Now, I've been mentioning that those are the black Bast Fiends. The lower tier are the gray Bast Fiends, who don't give nearly as much Yellow Essence, but are basically just as dangerous, really. Maybe they hit a little less hard, but still pretty similar, still threatening in all the same ways the black Bast Fiends are. So essentially, replacing those with black Bast Fiends on Master Mode, that only serves to increase our Yellow Essence yield, really. The Bast Fiends themselves serve as a replacement for lesser imps, who are the enemies you normally fight in the Monastery chapter. Now, heading up here, got a chest here with a Life of the Gods. There's a chest over to the left there. This is the altar hall. Looks like there's something by the altar. Let's go check that out. Chest over there has some smoke bombs for us, but we already have a full stock, so we can't even collect those. Smoke bombs are decent against Bast Fiends, but a little unreliable. Now these fiends right here that just came out of the robes, these are the monk fiends. These guys are pretty annoying. They have a good chance of dropping blue essence though, so that's helpful. Alright, let's use this to fuel some more ultimate techniques. Now, after taking out a couple of those Bast Fiends, got red ninjas here. Thankfully, we've gotten pretty skilled at dealing with these guys, so I'm not too worried about them. Yeah, just do that to them. Honestly, smoke bombs might be helpful here, but I'm already determined to defeat these guys without them. Ooh. Okay, that's one down. And, of course, get the ultimate technique there. Oof, that fight went way better than it did in my practice runs. Now, to go over the Monk Fiends, they are flying enemies who tend to just roam around in the air around you. They have a special projectile-type attack that you might have saw briefly there, where they call summoning circles on the floor. On Master Mode, they call up to 3 of them, and they can be very dangerous if they catch you when you're landing. Otherwise, they float around and attempt to whack you with their scythes, and their final unique ability is that they can teleport in and do a quick scythe slash on you. They're not terribly damaging, but they're very annoying to deal with in crowds. We'll just head out here to, again, refresh our checkpoint, and actually, at this point, I want to buy some more supplies. Let's use up one of our elixirs of spiritual life here, and then buy 2 more to top ourselves off. Let's see. Now, Monk Fiends are a little annoying to deal with, because this game does not exactly do air combat very well. My preferred method for dealing with them is to equip the Lunar, jump at them, and do an XY attack. That has a high chance of dropping them to the ground, at which point we can hit them with a grounded attack, and that'll kill them right away. Now, before we head out here, we definitely want to refresh our checkpoint, because the upcoming fight in the next room we're going to go to, very difficult one, can go south very quickly if we're not careful, and it very likely will. I'm not so great at doing these fights off the cuff while I'm recording. Alright, now heading this way. Oof. Yeah, the 360's emulation of this game, even though I'm playing on disc, it's not exactly stellar, and sometimes there are frame drops and other stutters like that. What you gotta deal with. Now, heading into this is the archive room of the monastery. That gate comes shut. Now, on normal mode, you just get into a fight with some imps and a couple monk fiends, but here, it's Fiend Ryu, the doppelganger. As you can see, he's wearing a swanky outfit there. Because we are wearing the standard Fiend outfit, the doppelgangers come in with the red muffler costume. As you can see, I managed to hit him with a Zuna drop there. Fighting this guy is a bit tricky. You gotta catch him in between attacks often. Azuna drop is, of course, the most effective way we have to deal with him at this point, so we want to do our best to try and catch him. He chain rolls pretty effectively. Oof. Yeah, better hit myself with an elixir of spiritual life right here. And he can kill you very quickly. So if we just keep trying to spam attacks on him, he will just keep rolling away like so. We want to catch him in between attacks if we can. He has a variety of projectiles that we ourselves do not actually have access to. He kind of cheats here. He also has the highest level of the Dragon Sword equipped there, the True Dragon Sword, so not only does he deal a lot more damage than we do, he has a way stronger, or a way more varied move list. Catching him with Azuna drop is a bit inconsistent, but it is by far the best way to deal with him that isn't a cheese strat. There is a cheese strat you can employ here that can defeat him very easily, if somewhat boringly. I'll try and explain it once we actually finish him fair and square. If I can hit him with a couple more Azuna drops, we got him. Nope. Oh! Yeah, you hit me with the Nimpo there. I will cut ahead to when we're in roughly the same position in the fight. I did not time my dodge roll very well there. Alright, we're doing pretty well there. As you can see, he also has Art of the Fire Wheels at his disposal. Fiend Ryu, very big cheater. He has infinite Nimpo magic, so he can just keep using those repeatedly if he so desires. Likewise, if you try to hit him with your own Nimpo, he will invariably just counter by trying to cast his own Art of the Inferno. Pretty annoying. Yeah, it looks like my wall attack got deflected there. Wall attacks can work on him, but they're, like a lot of things, pretty inconsistent. Oof. That was actually very good, considering that I couldn't see him at all. Yes, got him there. Alright, he's pretty close to dead here. There we go. Just went for a boring attack here. Upon defeat, as you can see, we got an item that drops up there. And Fiend Ryu drops a little bit of yellow essence, so we got 10,000 right there. 15,000, a whopping 5,000 yellow essence just from defeating him. Now, Fiend Ryu and a couple other scattered bosses in this game, unlike a lot of others, actually do drop yellow essence when you defeat them, and if you manage to defeat them with an ultimate technique, that essence does in fact get multiplied like it does for regular enemies. It's pretty hard to do with Fiend Ryu though, because obviously he's really aggressive, but there are certain ways that you could manage it, and if you do so, that is 35,000 yellow essence there, which is pretty good. The best way to do it would be to use the Lunar's ultimate technique, as he cannot block that one like he could the Dragon Sword's ultimate technique. You may notice some blue books in these bookshelves here. These are books on the history of Vigor, and more specifically, the Fiends themselves. I'm not going to bother collecting most of these, because the information's not terribly interesting, and it is not what you play an action game for to see, but there is one that's relatively interesting. Now here we get the Armlet of Potency. We saw this briefly with Rachel in the Rachel chapter Ninja Gaiden Sigma, but the Armlet of Potency increases the strength of throw and kick-based attacks. The value that I've been given for that, and seems to be relatively correct, is 40%. So much more significant boost than what the Armlet of the Sun provides, and if you equip it and use the nunchucks, Wide Heavens becomes an extremely potent move, and there is a weapon we will be getting later that also has some very potent kick-based moves. Now, coming into the room that opened up, we have an Elixir of Spiritual Life here. We've got the next piece of the tablet, the right section, and based on the size of that, I'd say it's probably just one more piece of tablet and we'll have the full thing. This strange globe sculpture, Ryu is just baffled by it. Got a golden scarab here, and we've got Incendiary Shurikens, the things that red ninjas have been harassing us with for so much of the game. Now we have them at our disposal. They're a decently useful projectile, and there is a unique function to them. Like the Windmill Shuriken, they can be used in the air in contrast to the bow, and they have a very special feature when used in the air. Now the only other book we're going to bother collecting here, the Emperor, Lord of All Creation. So let's see this. Huh. Weird. Sounds much more like a god than a monarch. I wonder if that means anything. Got another golden scarab right up here. Now, I'm just going to go quickly run back and refresh our checkpoint so I don't have to redo the Fiend Ryu fight if I screw up. I'll just do that off screen. Alright, here we are back in the archives again. Now, one way we can navigate this area a little bit quicker, just wall run here, come up here. Now, this spot right here, this is the area for the cheese strategy against Fiend Ryu. If you quickly make it up this way, Fiend Ryu will chase you down, and he'll attempt to do his own wall jumps here. Using the Dragon Sword, you can alternate between a heavy attack and a fully or a half-charged ultimate technique, and just repeatedly knock him down as he tries to jump up here and kill him in complete safety. And if you manage to hit him with the half-charged ultimate technique, get a cool, let's see, would it be triple? So you get a cool 1,500 yellow essence from, or 15,000 yellow essence from defeating him that way. Pretty nice, but obviously very cheesy, so I don't want to do it that way. Now, running over here, as you can see, we've got a cracked wall here, and we've got some exploding shurikens, so let's just chuck it there. And at this point, now that we've actually gotten incendiary shurikens, Muramasa will sell them to replace them. Now, heading in this way, got more monk fiends here. Ooh. Oh, whoa, I am getting destroyed. Okay. Oof. That was very risky. I was trying to do some work with the incendiary shurikens there, but it was not working out, as you saw. Now, the thing about the incendiary shurikens is that you can throw multiples while in the air, and it does pretty good damage if you connect with them. Let's just see if I can't... Oh, that was about the worst that could have gone. Oof. Yeah, I'm playing way too risky here. Like I said, at this point, elixirs of spiritual lives are not an object, so just use them if you got them. Oh, boy. There we go, got the monk fiend out of there. Okay, oof, nice. Okay, and huge bit of yellow essence there. Oof, that's pretty good. Now, coming out to here, we are on the top section of the monastery. As you can see, along these little pathways in the upper area, got some chests, so we'll go for this one over here first. It's very easy to fall here. Get a Life of the Gods. Awesome. We'll jump out to here. Oh, and I fell. Well, I'll cut ahead to when we're back up on the area. I want to restock at Muramas's anyway. Yeah, of the aspects of this game that I like, the platforming is not one of them. It is very unwieldy. Now, coming out onto this walkway here, get an elixir of spiritual life. Conveniently, I had 4 left because I topped myself off a little bit. Now, heading over this way, let's just jump over to here, grab a golden scarab. I was actually going to turn my scarabs into Muramasa, but once again I forgot. It's very easy to forget, which is probably why they removed the talk function in Ninja Gaiden Sigma. Alright, let's jump here. There we go. That's how it's supposed to look. Opening up this chest right here. Get a great spirit elixir, so now we're fully stocked on items. We'll see if we can get through the next encounter, or next set of encounters, without using any of them, but again, yellow essence, not much of an object at this point in the game. We can afford to lose some. Now, what's this? Fairly dramatic collection animation there. This is Raptor, the Deity of Sentiment. It's going to become a very long time before what exactly these statues are used for, but it's the first of 4 that we can collect. Well, technically 5, but we'll get to that when we get there. Now, it's 27th day of the 12th month. Boy, the tech guys at my job would be frothing at the terrible password security here. But you've probably guessed what the puzzle is. We've got a safe over here. He specified the day, and we've got a turn combination here. So what we want to do is turn it left, then 2 rights, then another left. Now, just something I want to draw attention to. You've noticed that the lights have been going off automatically after we pass the numbers. You don't actually need to memorize the code, really. You just need to know the directions. Then you can just slowly scroll through and get the combination regardless. In the original version of Ninja Gaiden, you did actually have to confirm your numbers when you landed on them to get this combination. Not sure why they made it so much easier in this version. It was something of a puzzle in the original game, but not much of one in this one. But hey, we get the Book of Eons. What do we need that for? Well, it'll become apparent in a bit. But of course, grab an important item, door's locked, you got fights. This is a pretty difficult one. As you can see, we've got monk fiends, we got red ninjas, and we got bast fiends. Yeah, could not take out 2 there. Could not even take out 1 there. Ooh. Let's see. Let's do this. Take out 3 of them right there. Alright, that's good, that's good. We will use an elixir of spiritual life to top ourselves off. Just grab all that yellow essence there. This is a not too difficult fight. There we go. That explosion got that Bast Fiend off our back. I'm trying to hit the Monk Fiend here. You always want to prioritize taking these guys out. They are just such a hassle to deal with. There we go. Alright. This is perfect. Ow. That was less than perfect. Nope. Reuse auto-targeting, screwing up again. Alright, that one should be dead. What's it dropping? We want that health, actually, so we'll just take it. Oof, that is actually not a terrible instance of that fight at all. I only used a couple elixirs of spiritual life there, and I got more than enough yellow essence to replace them. We're not out of the woods yet. We got one more encounter coming up. Now, once we drop down here, Got more Monk Fiends and more Bast Fiends inbound. As always, we'll prioritize taking out the Monk Fiend. If he drops a Blue Essence... Ooh, whoa! Yeah, that command grab, very nasty. Okay. Maybe I should have taken them out with a grounded attack there. Oh, well. Yeah, not going too well here. This is what I meant when I said air combat is not exactly what this game does well. I'm trying to hit this guy, but it's not exactly working out. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. May die here. We'll see what happens. Okay. Come on. Ugh. Yeah, not my day exactly. Oh, that's death, yeah. Alright, gonna have to redo the, what is it, Monk's Room fight. I'll meet you here again. Alright, we're back in the fight again. I think the problem was I was getting way too focused on the monks. I should have taken those kills on the Bast Fiends when I had the chance. Doing it this way, I should be able to manage this fight a lot better. As you can see, taking out that Bast Fiend right there. Let's see if I can't hit this guy. Ugh. Ooh, okay. Let's hopefully that takes that one out. Yes. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, let's use up our last elixir of spiritual life there. Remember, use it, don't lose it. Okay, that takes that one out. Okay, sweet, red essence. Let's get rid of this Bast Fiend right here. Got rid of 2 of them right there. Nice. Plus a ton of yellow essence to get there. It was a pretty long fight. Got 12 enemies to take out altogether. Let's get our karma counter out just so I can better track this. Ooh, whoa. Okay, we're in a bit of a precarious situation here. Ooh, whoa. Okay, let's not mess around. Let's just take one of these guys out. Let's take his blue essence. And just nail this one. Alright, one more enemy left to take out. Luckily, a single Monk Fiend, nothing too threatening on their own. Oof. Yeah, brutal fight there. But after getting that done, just place down our book. And this catacomb opens up to us. Now let's drop on down and see what we got here. Coming into this area, of course, we got another golden scarab and bats, but bats are far and away one of the least threatening things you could have to deal with in this game. Now, I've been using my Incendiary Shurikens pretty freely here because this is a ninja corpse with infinite Incendiary Shurikens, so whenever you need to fill yourself up, you can just come back to this guy's corpse. In this chest right here, we've got a map of the underground cemetery. Now, this is going to be where we stop our progress for this chapter. However, there is one more thing for us to take care of that I feel would be best to cap off this video. In Ninja Gaiden Black, this is actually the location of the very first Fiend challenge that Ryu can take on. It is in the archive room after we place the Book of Eons, or after we obtain it, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to restock at Muramasa. I'll also show off the Golden Scarab reward he has for us. Then I will cut to the archive room and take care of the Fiend challenge. Now this Fiend challenge, far and away one of the most difficult in the game because it is 80 Bast Fiends, 40 red ninjas. Got to take down all of them. And there's a very high probability that I will screw up and die at least a couple times. So yeah, this may extend my recording time considerably. First, I'll meet you at Muramasa's. Alright, here we are at Muramasa's. Let's talk to him and turn in our golden scarabs. We have brought him 7 so far, bringing us to 13 altogether. For our efforts, we get a Great Spirit Elixir. And unfortunately, that's terrible. I was capped out there. So actually, if I die on the next Fiend challenge, very likely, I'm actually not going to turn in our scarabs there, because that was a complete waste. If you do not have space for an item, it just disappears. Pretty frustrating. Alright, let's just buy our Elixir to Spiritual Life. Good idea to actually empty out your essence stock here, so we'll buy some Elixirs of Devil Way also. That'll give me a good panic button if I need it. And yeah, that's all we need, really. Alright, meet you at the challenge. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Oh man, this challenge, this was a bit and a half. This is actually a recording that was done the following day after I did the initial run of Chapter 6, because I could not beat this challenge on my first attempt, or my first dozen attempts, or my first 3 dozen attempts. This was intense. It took me quite a while to get these enemies managed. I'd say overall recording time was probably like somewhere in the 9 to 10 hour mark. I spent my entire Saturday on this, and I was pretty salty that I could not accomplish what I was hoping to do. Trying to manage 40 red ninjas and 80 bast fiends proved to be quite the challenge, as these enemies have devastating synergy. Bast Fiends have all the guard breakers they could ever need. Nearly every single attack they have is a guard break. They do have a 2-hit combo that is blockable and counterable, but of course they barely ever use that. They like to use their grab attack, their flying swallow-esque attack. They have one 2-swipe combo that straight up just bypasses your guard. It's not a guard crusher, it just straight up goes through your guard, and that's really annoying. And that's really annoying to deal with the red ninjas, because of course, when they're off screen, they're just constantly chucking Incendiary Shurikens at you, and getting hit with those throws you off pretty badly. And of course, they've got all their moves that are still dangerous there, like the spin cycle that you just saw. Getting nailed back to back with a flying swallow and a spin cycle will of course just kill you outright. One bit of mercy that you get with the red ninjas is that when you're coming off of a UT and they're right in front of you, they'll usually do an attack and you can kind of counter that to get them off of you. Managing at the start is probably the hardest thing, because Bast Fiends have their dodges that I'm not exactly sure how you get around them. Sometimes they do them and sometimes they don't, and you just have to hope that your attacks get through. Really good attacks to use here is X, Y, 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 or maybe it's just X, Y, Y, I'm not sure, but basically the poker attack. Once Ryu is in the 3 pokes, his hurt box becomes weirdly disjointed and the Bast Fiends have a hard time hitting him, and it does stupid damage. If you can get a Bast Fiend against the wall and do the full combo, it'll just kill them outright. And then of course there's XXY, a little bit risky because it doesn't really have the invincibility, and if you get a bunch of enemies, like 3 of them, up against a wall, there's 3 is the maximum you can fight at a single time, just doing the standard XXXY combo will do pretty good at picking them all up and doing a ton of damage and hopefully bringing them close to death. No fight so far that I've gone into in this game, more than this one, is Ryu's auto-targeting been giving me some serious headaches. His problem with prioritizing standing enemies over grounded ones, very irritating here, because there will be so many times where you just want to finish an enemy off, and instead he'll just pivot around, try to hit something behind him. Usually it'll be a Bast Fiend who just turns invincible at will. Another good thing to try and give yourself some space is when you're coming off a UT, usually enemies, even the Bast Fiends, will be at the end of attack. That's an opportunity to hit them with XY, just send them flying, and if you got a couple of Essence in the air, that allows you to pretty easily charge up a UT while enemies spawn in. Couldn't get quite as much yellow essence as I would have liked off of this fight, but I was having way too much difficulty with it to really feel like that trying to raw absorb essence would have been a good idea. So yeah, I just did some safe tactics. Wall attacks, as always, are pretty good. You just have to be very mindful about using them. If the Bast Fiends are off screen and you can't see them, be very careful with wall attacks, because they can flying swallow you from the air, and that is one of the most dangerous things they can do. The flying swallow attack in general is just very random, and sometimes it'll do just maybe like 1/3 to 1/4 of your HP and damage. Other times, as it passes through you, it'll hit multiple times and just delete your entire health bar, and so many times I died just because of that. Basically, the one consistent thing I saw for it is that they usually use it when they approach you from head on, and they'll do it if you try to roll forward or back away. So in those situations, it's better to roll to the side. Of course, in the heat of battle, it's pretty hard to manage that. But after a lot of effort, I managed to do it. I managed to win, and we're coming up on that. Oh, God! god, you did not see that, but that took, oh man, 9 hours of effort or so. Started this recording on Saturday, went for 6 hours trying to do that fight. I burnt most of my day doing that, and then I realized, I got stuff to do. I can't spend all day on this. So after 3 hours on Sunday morning, finally beat it. Our reward for doing so is Spirit of the Devils. Now, I could have done that later and probably saved myself a lot of trouble with some upgrades, but I wanted to do it the legit way. The way you could have done it the earliest, no cheese, just pure skill, UT chaining, positioning, enemy control. Oh man, I had thought that this was better than the hard and very hard versions where you have to deal with monk fiends, but no, it was so much worse. The amount of synergy that the red ninjas and the bast fiends have is crazy. So many times I was just getting guard broken and pegged by incendiary shurikens, and it is just messing me up so bad. Look at that. 3 hours there, 10:47 now. Ooh. But that was brutal. That is probably the hardest fight I've had to deal with so far in this game. Well, let's, I was just saving there just to make absolutely sure. Let's use some of that essence we got. You see, cool 44,000. Could have gotten more than that if I had raw absorbed some more essence, but I didn't want to make that any harder on myself than it already was. So let's just restock on our elixirs of spiritual life, and whoo, that was intense. But I did it. The 120 Fiend challenge in the archives, I managed to do that on the first available opportunity. Now, we could have come back next chapter and done it. I have gotten a couple of life upgrades. There is a cutoff point where after you move far enough in Chapter 7, you cannot go back to the Fiend challenge and still have access to a Muramasa shop. So that's probably the ideal would have been after I got in the second life upgrade in Chapter 7 and then come back. But I wanted to do it, like I said, very first opportunity, the absolute hardest I could have done it. Ugh. But yeah, now we can save here at the spot that I was before. 7 hours in-game later, and believe me, quite a bit more in real time. When we come back, we will finish off Chapter 6. Believe me, nothing in this chapter is as hard as what I just did there. Alright, I hope you have a good day. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.